Alright, so move on to the next segment. I'll be sharing my WWE SummerSlam Night 2 summary. Now again, I didn't see it in real time. I was on vacation, and I didn't do the Combat Series last week once again. So that's why I'm giving you guys Night 1 and Night 2 summaries of SummerSlam. Now, but in the opener, you had Naomi successfully retain her Women's World title, defeating Rhea Ripley and Io Sky in a triple threat match. I thought this was a really good wrestling match. All three wrestlers do have great in-ring chemistry with each other and have truly showed in the ring. And the opener of SummerSlam Night 2, all three of the women had moments to shine in this triple threat match. There was some awesome sequences. You had Naomi hit the interior kick on Rhea Ripley, kicking her in the head, with Rhea Ripley planting Io Sky head first into the mat. I thought that was a really cool spot that was underrated in the match. You also had Naomi hit the split-legged moonsault on Rhea Ripley. Just the referee, I forgot who was refereeing, but the referee was about to count the 2 count, only for Naomi to move out the way, and Io Sky hit her finishing moonsault on Rhea Ripley. I thought that was a really good sequence there. But towards the end of the match, you had Rhea Ripley this close to winning the Women's World title again, with Rhea Ripley hitting the Avalanche Riptide on Io Sky, only for Naomi to pick up the scraps, pin Rhea Ripley, grab the tights with a royal pin for Naomi to successfully retain the Women's World title. Now, a lot of people probably would have liked the title change here, but I'm enjoying what Naomi is bringing to the table as a heel. This is some of her best work, if not the best work of her WWE career, of her wrestling career, period. I'm enjoying what I'm seeing. Let's ride the wave of momentum longer with Naomi holding the Women's World title here. Now, in the next match, you had the Wyatt Six win and successfully retain their tag team titles in the TLC tag ladder match. Now, this was a really good fast-paced tag team tables, ladders, and chairs match. All these tag teams on SmackDown really paid homage in a great way to the legendary teams that used to participate in these TLC matches, like the Hardy Boys, Edge and Christian, the Dudley Boys. I mean, this was a great TLC match. It was a fast-paced TLC match. Glad most of the SmackDown tag teams were a part of the match because they've been busting their ass carrying tag team wrestling across all three brands in the year 2025. But the spots were crazy. I mean, you had Axiom hitting the splash on the Spanish Fly on Angelo Dawson on the outside of the ring, putting him through tables. Candice LeRae taking the ladder bump, crashing and burning through the ladder. And DIY basically with Tommaso Ciampa being at the top, doing that Spider-Man spot where Nathan Frazier tried to spear him in midair, only for Tommaso Ciampa basically to roll up and try to hold the tag team titles for dear life, basically hitting a Spider-Man spot. But the match was really good, and I love tag team TLC matches. Was it as special as the tag team match that happened the Friday after WrestleMania 41? That 5-star classic, no, but all tag teams did their best to make this tag team ladder match feel really special. The spots were great, tremendous tag team action, and we'll see what the Wyatt Six can still bring to the table in this tag team division on the blue brand of Friday Night SmackDown. But it's a spectacular TLC tag match. And the next match, you had Becky Lynch successfully retain her Women's Intercontinental Championship, defeating Lyra Valkyria in a no disqualification match. Now, I thought this was a good match. The crowd was a little bit quiet after the TLC match, and that's a hard match to follow up afterwards. So, Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria have nothing to be ashamed of. It's just that it sucks when you have a great match that the crowd feeds into, but then you have to follow up after that, and the crowd can become a little silent, a little quiet. And I think that, unfortunately, as great as this feud has been, Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch kind of suffered that in their match. But in this match, weapons were used. Both took a lot of bumps for weapons. Lyra wrestled very well, being basically zip-tied for a while in the match. Manhandle slam that Becky Lynch hit on the 2 chairs on Lyra Valkyria was pretty good. I felt like Bayley playing a part of this match, if she was going to be a part of this match, you should have basically just ran a rematch from Evolution in a triple threat match, because if the feud was going to overall end, Bayley was a part of it from the start, because Bayley was supposed to be Becky Lynch's tag team partner for WrestleMania 41, or Lyra Valkyria's tag team partner for WrestleMania 41 Night 2, and that's how we all got here. But hey, Bayley did do her best to play a factor in the match, but overall, Bayley accidentally costed Becky Lynch, or accidentally costed Lyra Valkyria the match with Becky Lynch, picking up the scraps and successfully retaining her Women's Intercontinental Championship. Next match, you had Solo Sikoa defeat Jacob Fatu to successfully retain his United States Championship in a steel cage match. If I think about what I've seen, I think that was the worst match of night 1 or night 2 of SummerSlam this year. Unnecessary steel cage match. I think a bloodline rules match probably would have been a good way to end this feud between Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. It's shocking that Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa really don't have good in-ring chemistry. I really wouldn't like to see this feud continue any longer, but I would have had a title change here. I would have gave the title back to Jacob Fatu and let him run wild with the United States title without the Bloodline 2.0 breathing down his neck on the blue brand of Friday Night SmackDown. Next match, you had Dominic Mysterio successfully retain his Intercontinental Championship, defeating AJ Styles. I thought this was a really good match. I think Dominic Mysterio and AJ Styles have good in-ring chemistry. They're both great wrestlers. And I like the mind games that AJ Styles did play before the match began. Wearing the Eddie Guerrero trunks, the pants, I should say. Basically paying homage to him, coming out with his son in the lowrider. If you guys remember, those are the same exact pants that Eddie Guerrero wore when he faced Rey Mysterio in his final SummerSlam in 2005, with that match being for the custody of Dominic Mysterio in that classic ladder match in SummerSlam dating back to 2005. But, I mean, this was a good match, and it was all basically about the late, great Eddie Guerrero in the match. I mean, Dominic and AJ both tried to cheat like Eddie Guerrero while the ref was distracted with the chair. Dominic Mysterio trying to hit AJ Styles, only for AJ Styles to play it off like he got hit with the chair wrapped around his neck. The closing moments of AJ Styles having the calf crusher locked in on an unlaced boot of Dominic Mysterio's that even dates back to when Kurt Angle got outsmarted by Eddie Guerrero at WrestleMania 20 back in 2004 for the WWE title, where the ankle lock was locked in and basically the unlaced boot helped Eddie Guerrero. The same thing could be said about Dominic Mysterio here. And he hit AJ Styles, bashed him in the head and with the boot, and outsmarted AJ Styles to successfully retain that Intercontinental Championship. So happy for Dirty Dominic Mysterio to get a big win against a legend, an icon, and a future Hall of Famer like AJ Styles during his Intercontinental Championship run. And in the main event, you had Cody Rhodes defeat John Cena in a street fight to become the new WWE Champion. Now, this was a classic 5-star match, and this gave me the vibes of how it was years ago at WrestleMania, where you had Hollywood Hulk Hogan and The Rock, a beloved babyface getting booed for a legendary icon like John Cena, even though John Cena did turn face a few days prior to SummerSlam Night 2. But you guys get my point. It was good wrestling in the match, a really good street fight. Cody Rhodes basically survived a total of 7 to 8 attitude adjustments that John Cena delivered, whether it was outside of the ring, in the ring, through the announce tape. I mean, Cody Rhodes, it was like we were seeing Super Cena versus Super Cody Rhodes. And I like that both of these wrestlers were fighting well on the outside of the ring, basically in the crowd. Both wrestlers taking some crazy bumps in this match. And I really enjoyed the spot where John Cena used the ropes to lock in the STFU, basically choking Cody Rhodes away with the ring ropes. That dates back to that spot where John Cena did that against Umaga at the Royal Rumble 2007, their last man standing match for the WWE Championship. But Cody Rhodes brought the best version out of John Cena. I mean, this was Super Cena. I have not seen John Cena wrestle this well in God knows how long. This was the best version I've seen of Cena. They both should be really proud of the work that they did, and it obviously surpassed their WrestleMania 41 match. Whether you liked that match or you didn't like that match, this was an instant 5-star classic, with Cena properly passing the torch to Cody Rhodes to become the new WWE Champion. Then, the shocker of the night, everybody was expecting Cody Rhodes to turn heel. Everybody was expecting The Rock to make an appearance. But no, it was Brock Lesnar that got a thunderous pop to return back to the WWE. And it seems like John Cena wants to work with Brock Lesnar one more time during his farewell tour. I'm all in for it. I know he's got some things to address. The outside of the ring shenanigans, why Brock Lesnar has been gone for 2 years. I'm part of that Vince McMahon scandal. Listen, I know people might be mad and upset about that, but I truly think with TKO partnering with WWE, they would not let Brock Lesnar on that television screen back, especially at one of the biggest PLEs of the year like SummerSlam, make an appearance, unless Brock Lesnar is clean and guilty. So I do believe, whether people want to moan and complain about it on the internet, I think Brock Lesnar is clean of everything right now. He's not guilty, and that's the reason why he is working with John Cena during John Cena's farewell tour, or he will work with John Cena during his farewell tour. But that is my WWE SummerSlam Night 2 summary.